눈빛만 봐도 아는 말 한없이 들어도 모자란 말 서로 말하지 않아도 아는 말 입술에 매일 맺혀있는 그 말 I love you 처음 만났던 그 순간 그 시간이 아직도 설레어 있잖아 그 좋은 느낌 딱 맞는 그 느낌 운명일 것만 같은 그렇게 우리들의 첫 만남은 운명처럼 시작된 거야 널 만난 순간부터 지금까지 나라는 세상은 온통 너뿐이야 이제 눈빛만 봐도 아는 말 한없이 들어도 모자란 말 서로 말하지 않아도 아는 말 입술에 매일 맺혀있는 그 말 I love you I love you I love you I just wanna say I love you 다 표현 못해 그래도 자신 있게 난 말할 수 있는 걸 내 생에 지금 가장 행복한 건 너를 만나서 사랑하니 이제는 네가 없는 세상은 상상도 할 수 없는 걸 알고 있니 너의 눈빛만 봐도 아는 말 한없이 들어도 모자란 말 서로 말하지 않아도 아는 말 입술에 매일 맺혀있는 그 말 I love you
Falling 있을 거야 너의 옆자리 눈빛만 봐도 들려 너의 목소리 이건 잠깐 하는 말이 아니야 영원히 yeah 말해줄 거야 외롭지 않게 힘든 하루 속에 넌 나의 map 너도 말해주기를 설레어 매일 baby 있어줘 그대로 너는 매번 좋아 better 우리 사이 better
푸른 하늘 따스한 햇살보다 밤하늘에 반짝이는 별보다 내게는 세상 가장 빛나는 너 오직 너에게만 할 수 있는 말 I love you I love you I love you I just wanna say I love you You know what
Hey guys, welcome. What is up? I'm Chef Tucker and we're eating around the world today. How's it going, guys? Super stoked to be cooking with you guys today. I see some familiar faces from a very short time ago. How was my team Bouche de Noël over here? Nice. It was delicious. I just ate like most of the log. So nicely done, guys. Excellent job. If y'all missed it, Chef Jeremy, Pastry Chef Jeremy, also known as DJ Jeremy for the purposes of today's class over here. Jeremy, say hello to the fans.
Hello, everyone.
Jeremy just did a Bouche de Noël class that I produced, and we had a delicious time. So welcome back to all of my repeat offenders over here. Anybody doing this for the first time? Have we ever just never done Truffle Shuffle before? We got repeat offenders here. Welcome back. All right.
Oh.
Laren, get out of here. Chef Laren. Chef Laren works here. Awesome. Nice to see you, buddy. All right. Well, you all know who I am, so I'm not going to give you my intro, right? We've probably heard it at least 17 and a half times. So I'm just going to go right into our recipe over here. I gave you some homework Hopefully it wasn't too hard, right? We just kind of had to make a small marinade, throw some short ribs in it. And so I want to see how we did, right? How'd it go? What did we get into? Do we have a little sauce left over for dipping later? All right, DJ Daresby's going to come around. We're going to put you on blast. Let's see how we did. How's homework?
Oh, yeah.
Chef Janet, that looks great. All right, we got Amanda and Ben over here. Beautiful short ribs. All right, Larry, give me the old thumbs up over here. Chef Casey, how you doing, girl? Pam and Pat, beautiful job over here. All right, Kirsten, nicely done. All right, we got Michaela and Henry over here, crushing it. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Team Isabella, beautiful short ribs over there. Chris and Tina, excellent job. Hi, guys. All right, Andrea and Ed, welcome back. What up? Excellent looking short ribs. All right. Excellent. These smell delicious now. I can't wait to actually cook them and jump right into here. And I just have to warn you, this was a very delicious recipe. All right, so just be warned, be forewarned. And so, you know I don't have a lot of rules in my class. Rules is never kind of a thing I've been on board with. I don't know if you could tell that about me or not. But the rule is we want to have a tasty beverage on hand at all times. It does not have to contain alcohol at all, but you should have some sort of tasty beverage. Alcohol is ideal, right? That will help you, especially with confidence. If you ever feel panicking during this class, take a little sip. Your confidence will boost about 10%. All right, it's just good science. I want to warn you, I have a degree in science, so I got this. Oh, we got Janet with the Aver wine. There we go. That's going to be great with this.
Yes,
Nice. All right, beautiful. Well, before we Pam and Pat making the cranberry drink from our last class. Yeah, I'm still sipping on my last class's cranberry drink over here. Jeremy's cranberry spritz. Lauren's going classic Paloma. Yes, there you go, chef.
Oh, yeah, Rachel's with
All
that
right.
cranberry syrup.
Oh, that cranberry syrup that you guys made was delightful. All right, so we want to grab our tasty beverage. You want to get it as close to your camera as you can. Don't spill. And we're going to bring it in for a cheers. Get in, guys. Ooh. All right. Excellent. So, we can go ahead and kind of jump into our mise en place and ingredients over here. So, you know the drill. We'll talk about it. You'll show it off, and then we'll get rolling into cooking. So, we're going to need, of course, the classic cutting board knife combination. Cutting board and knife. All right, we got Andrea and Ed in the chat over here. Yeah, it's for those of you guys looking for Korean short ribs in less urban areas, you might have to order straight from the butcher. Yeah, definitely. All right, we got cutting board and knife. Excellent. All right, let's go into some cookware over here. So we're going to need a pot with a lid. Small pot with a lid over here. That's going to be for rice cookery. A cast iron pan for short rib action. If you don't have a cast iron pan, you can use any large saute pan.
Yeah, Team Patrick's over there. That'll work beautifully.
Patrick always has the cast iron out and ready. Excellent, chef. Awesome. All right. A smaller saute pan that will be to toast some sesame seeds. And then another small pot. And we need like a lot of cookware here today. A lot of things. All right. Beautiful. We definitely need some smaller tools as well. So we want to grab a couple mixing bowls, glass, metal, or plastic, any kind of bowl. And so typically in my classes, I ask you to pick either the box grater or the microplane. Today, we're going to need both. And if you don't have the microplane, you can just use the box grater, but you at least need the box grater. Casey, that is a fantastic grater over here.
Oh,
Teeny
my
knife, dagger,
gosh.
cheese grater. I love it. Awesome. All right, we got G with the microplane. Excellent. Patrick
Ooh.
got both in our hands
we
over
got
here.
it over
Excellent.
there. Oh,
All
yeah.
right. Nice.
Oh, Anna is dancing around with them. Amazing.
Beautiful.
Yes.
All grating devices on deck. Excellent. All right, Beth has both in hand as well.
Ooh,
Nicely done, guys.
yes.
All right, beautiful. I know I'm asking you to bust out a lot of tools today. All right. We need a whisk. Of course, there will always be whiskey business. All right, just expect that there will be whiskey business involved in every time you come here. All right. A pair of tongs. We're going to be flipping some short ribs around. All right, so one pair of tongs. And you know that you have to activate your tongs, right? You're all my gastronomy gangsters. You know that you have to click things in order for them to work. Excellent. Nice. Yeah. Very professional chef technique.
Oh, yeah.
A 1 cup measuring cup and some tablespoon. 1 cup and a tablespoon measuring devices. 1 each fork. This is for rice fluffing purposes, right? So a very useful fork. A spatula for stirring it up, all right? A peeler, 1 each vegetable peeler. Excellent. All right, I think that's about all the tools that we need up in here today. We found everything. You're feeling good about it. Give me the thumbs up. Excellent. All right, so a lot of ingredients for the day, and you had to source them all yourself. So let's go ahead and chat through those ingredients over here. So I saw all of your short ribs. They're beautiful. They're those nice thinly cut with the little bones in them. All right, so we got our 1 pound of short ribs over here. We're going to want to have some sesame oil on hand, as well as rice vinegar. All right, sesame oil and rice vinegar. Sesame seeds. I picked white or black. You can use either one, right? It doesn't really matter. They're both beautiful. So whichever ones you sourced is totally fine. All right. We got some jasmine rice and beef stock. So you can use any kind of stock for your rice. Kind of depends on what the protein is you serve with. If you're serving chicken, you probably want to go with chicken stock. If you're serving pork, maybe go with some pork stock. We're going beef, so we're using beef stock. So we got that going for us. We got a couple of flavoring agents up in here. We want to have a bay leaf on hand. A little Korean chili powder. If you couldn't find Korean chili powder, you can substitute a different kind of chili powder. So you can use like cayenne or Espelette or Aleppo. All right, so you can substitute if you can ever not find anything. We can always talk through substitutions. Patrick's got the, oh, there you go. Yes, that is the stuff right there. Excellent. Yeah, beautiful. Oh my goodness, Amanda, Addie, and Isla have the giant bottle over here.
So much over
nice.
there.
They're like, we are ready for this class.
We got the big bag at
nice.
Anna and Aaron's.
Yes, nice. Yeah, it's so delicious. You can put it on everything. It's awesome. Nice.
Ooh.
All right, beautiful. So, keeping rolling over here, we need a little bit of salt. If you want to use Balinese truffle, always can. If you want to use a different salt on hand, you always can as well. But the Balinese truffle salt just kind of takes that rice to the next level. All right, so we love truffly salt. And then we need some vegetables for our pickled vegetables. So we're going to do half of a carrot. We've got, honestly, I ordered this from the store. I didn't pick this out myself. They sent me the most giant daikon I've ever seen in my life over here. All right, so usually they're like this big. All right.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, we have wildly different sizes of daikon over here. I love this. All right, excellent. Yeah. Wow, shockingly different here. Amazing.
Oh my gosh, Cheryl and Judy over there.
You got half the tree over there. Oh my goodness. Okay. Amazing. So we got some serious roots over here. Wow. All right. All right. We will size that down a little bit later. All right. All right. We also want to have a little bit of granulated sugar. Gochujang fermented chili paste, one of my favorite ways to add heat into things. We're going to need a little soy sauce on hand. Garlic and ginger. Got a lime and serrano over here. Some scallions for chopping on top. Cabbage. All right, I picked a purple cabbage over here. Or a red cabbage. I don't know why they call it red. I find that it is very purple. Why is it red? Because it's clearly purple. Who sees red and who sees purple? Give me a thumbs up if you see a purple cabbage. Give me a side thumb if you see red cabbage. Okay, see, I thought so. No.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. We got some Napa cabbage out there. Yeah, Napa cabbage is great.
Yes.
Laryn's like mine's green, so it's almost purple.
Napa
Yeah,
cabbage
we got
over
the
there.
yeah, that was so close. Beautiful. All right. Excellent. And and then a bell pepper. All right, don't let me forget the bell pepper over here. All right, so all of the barbecue marinade items we've already used because we made our barbecue marinade. So we still have a little left over that's not swimming around with our short ribs. So that's going to be used to kind of add a little extra sauce later if you want it. If our ribs are not Korean but fat regular ribs, should we cut them? So Chef Molly, you want to hold up what you got over there and let me check it out? I would love to see what you're working with. Oh, awesome. Okay. So you can do one of two things. You can either slice it thinly or you can cook it in its entirety like that. If you cook it whole like that, it will just take a little bit longer. You'll have to kind of flip it a little bit more over and over again. And so it'll just take a little bit longer. So it's entirely up to you. Slicing it thin will be delicious though as well. Awesome. All right, so we have a lot of delicious things up in here today. And we have tools, and hopefully we brought tasty beverages. So if you're ready to start rocking and rolling, let's see a thumbs up. Excellent. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start in prep during class. All right, prep during class over here. And so our first step is we're going to get our rice going. So you want to grab your small pot with the lid over here. All right, small pot with a lid. And we're going to go 1 cup of jasmine rice to 2 cups of stock. So 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of stock. And if you want to make more rice, just double the recipe, right? So then you'll use 2 cups of rice, 4 cups of stock, etc. Rice is pretty much, for the most part, a 2-to-1 ratio across the board. Of course, there's always exceptions, but that's a general good rule of thumb. If you are unsure, try 2-to-1. All right. So, got my rice in here. 2 cups of stock. And then go ahead and throw your bay leaf right in there as well. All right, we'll kind of flavor it up a little bit. Should we rinse the rice? No, you're good to not wash your rice over here today. Yeah, if you got that nice jasmine rice, you can unwash it. I know it's a controversial topic. All right, I know a lot of people are full-on team wash the rice. All right, so one last thing that we need up in here is going to be a little bit of salt just to start it off. So a little pinch of Balinese truffle salt. Right, a little pinch of Balinese truffle salt. Or you can use a different salt, either way. And just kind of rain it down into your pan over here. Awesome. And then I always like adding a little bit of garlic into my rice to start it off while it's cooking. And what I like to do is microplane 1 clove right into the pot. And so go ahead and bust out some of your garlic over here. And again, if any of my friends out there are like me and you see garlic in a recipe and you like just want to add more, all right, always feel free. Yeah, Laren's going 2 over there. Yeah, feel free to microplane in as many cloves as you need. I should probably go more than 1. Jeremy, how could you let me just go 1?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
I'm a 5-clove kind of guy.
A 5-clove kind of guy. Oh my goodness.
I love the garlic.
So typically on cloves of garlic, right, we would trim off the little root end over here. Since we're using the microplane to grate it, I like to use the root to hold. And then feel free to grate it right into my pot over here. And I find that really, really finely grated garlic kind of just melts into that rice and gives it a really nice flavor. It's one of my favorite things to do. Little chef tuck trick. I know we've made rice together a lot before, so you've probably done this trick with me, but I stand by it. All right, I stand by the trick over here. Always scrape the back of that microplane. All the garlic tends to collect up in there. And then you can give this a little stir. All right. So we're going to bring this up to a boil over here and then adjust it to a simmer. So you can pop it on like medium heat. Medium heat to start. Once we see it coming up to a boil, we will adjust to a simmer. All right, how we doing out there, chefs? Thumbs up. I have rice on the stove. Excellent, excellent. So again, just like medium heat, watch it come up to a boil, and then we'll adjust to a simmer. All right, excellent. So next thing we want to get going over here is going to be some vegetables, all right? So let's start with this giant daikon radish root over here. One we got such varying size on. It's just wild. I love that. absolutely wild. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this down quite a bit. We probably want like a 3-inch chunk. All right, so something like this. So probably a good size. If you want to do more, you absolutely can, right? This is going to be for our pickled vegetables, so the more that you make, you'll just have a little bit more throughout the week to kind of munch on. We want to remove the root end over here. So, cut mine down to a more manageable size, about 3 inches. Make sure my ends are nice and clean. And then feel free to peel your daikon. All right, and so you know that anytime you want to have a nice matchstick, all right, you got to make planks first. So we have this oblong item over here. I'm going to curl my knuckles in here, make sure I continue to have fingertips by the end of the day. And you just want to slice the cheek off your daikon. So you have a nice flat space to work on. So it's not rolling around on you, right? We want a nice flat side, less likely to snap any fingers off. And then from there, I'm going to do the same thing on this other side. Little cheek right off the side. So now I have 2 flat sides. From there, I want to start chopping planks that are very thin, like a little bit of 1/8 of an inch over here. So super thin planks of daikon. So then I have all these little planks of daikon radish over here. Right. And when you have a couple nice planks, go ahead and hold up a couple of daikon planks. Let's see how we're doing so far. What do we got? Amanda, Addie, and Isla over there, and nicely done.
Ooh, yeah.
All right, we got Team Judy over here crushing it. Pam and Pat, nicely done. All right. Team Judy, excellent job. Chris and Tina, beautiful plank over there, nice. All right, Janet, crushing it. Casey Laren already just flopping around, beautiful. Already got our matchsticks, nicely done. And Aaron, a beautiful job. We already got it going. Barb, nicely done. Patrick, excellent over there. Patrick, Jerry, John, and Karen. We have an entire party going on over at that house. Excellent. All right. Awesome. Over at Kristen's house, Little Sous Chef is headbanging to our music over here. Excellent. Now that is proper form, chef. There's a lot of headbanging in kitchens, I promise. All right. So, now we have all these planks of daikon radish. If you have to dance with your daikon, that's okay. All right. It's that alliteration. Dancing with daikon. Yeah, we love an alliteration. All right. So, I'm going to stack a couple planks on top of each other. And you want to make thin matchsticks. All right. So, try to keep that same width that you cut your plank is the same width you want to cut your matchstick. That's how you get a nice, perfect square of matchstick. All right. And so we're going to pickle these lightly, so that's why we want to cut them kind of thin. If you've never tried daikon before, check it out. Munch on one of your matchsticks. It's less spicy and peppery than those little red radishes that we often find. I find them more common to a French breakfast radish. A little bit more similar flavor to those guys. Those are the ones that are half white, half red. So we're just going to matchstick all of our planks over here. And so Jeremy's going to come around. He wants to see some matchstick in action. Jeremy is just as nosy as me. He wants to know all the things that are happening out there.
Ooh, yes, and Chris and Tina. Oh, and Amanda's. We got the dance of the matchstick.
Yeah, chef. Nicely done.
We love it. Oh, at bars, we're getting a board cam going on.
We love a good board cam.
Got Kristen and Marvin. We got the matchstick flying around.
Nice.
Oh, Team Patrick. Dancing matchstick.
Awesome.
Yes. Chef Judy, Casey, and Laird over here.
Nicely
Yes.
done, guys.
Ooh,
Excellent.
yeah.
All right, so I'm listening to my rice. It has come up to a boil. So I'm going to go ahead, adjust to a simmer over here. All right, just a little light simmer. And then pop the lid on. If you're like, Chef, my rice is not boiling, go ahead and keep it on there a little longer on that medium-high heat or that medium heat. And then once you see it come up to that boil, drop it down to a simmer, cover it. Jeremy, can you set us a 15-minute timer?
Yes.
Thank you. Kirsten is working ahead because we have some sick chefs in the house. Oh no, chef! That's such a bummer. I hope you guys feel better soon. But this Korean short rib will definitely make everybody feel better. All right, a lot of love in this recipe. Just gotta say. All right.
Oh yeah.
Extra love. Okay, so we have matchsticked up some daikon radish. Kind of move that out of your way for now. And if y'all have any song requests, DJ Jeremy does take song requests, just so you know. All right, he's very kind about that. All right, so we've got our carrot over here. Nope, we've got our daikon over here. Now we want to grab our carrot. All right. So I asked you to source one large carrot. They sent me tiny carrots, so I'm going to use two. This is the last time I ever get delivery of groceries. I'm going to pick everything out myself.
That is a perfectly large
Yes,
carrot.
Andrea, that is exactly what I had hoped for. Yes, that is perfect. Yeah, that is the carrot you want to have up in here today. All right, the giant. We call them, in the restaurant industry, we actually call them horse carrots. Janet, that is definitely a horse carrot.
That is one curvy carrot over there.
Laird, I don't know what happened to that carrot on the farm, but that is quite interesting shaped. All right. Excellent. Yeah, so in the restaurant industry, those enormous giant carrots, we actually call them horse carrots, and then everything else is just a carrot. So we have that distinction, very professional chef distinction of a horse carrot versus just like a normal carrot. All right, so I wanted you to get horse carrots. So we want to go ahead and peel the carrots. Or your one horse carrot.
Janet's got a shirt. I trade horses, and it has the carrots.
I trade horses to eat carrots.
Yes.
I love this. Fantastic shirt, chef. Awesome. All right, so on our carrot over here, all right, pretend this is just like one carrot. So on half of your giant carrot, you're going to use into matchsticks like your daikon. The other half of your carrot set aside. We're going to do something else with that a little later. And I'm getting wild with the carrots today. All right, so with your carrot, same idea as the daikon. You want to clean up the two ends, right? Square those off. On the carrot, you don't really have to cut the cheeks off. You can kind of just go into planks. Make sure you are very careful with those fingers. If you need any chef snacks, feel free. Okay. Awesome. And then the same thing as our daikon over here. I'm just going to cut this into little matchsticks. Sorry, Jeremy, do you need a chef snack?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Always feed the DJ. Pro tip. All right, always feed your DJ. how is our matchstick situation going? We got a thumbs up out there. Matchsticking away. Excellent. All right, beautiful. All right, so we got carrot and daikon into little matchsticks over here. Beautiful. I'm just gonna go set that aside. If you haven't hydrated recently, I always suggest hydrating every once in a while. All right, very important. All right, excellent. Anything Taylor Swift. I do love that suggestion. Jeremy, are you a Swiftie? Jeremy says he is. Yes, he is a Swiftie. All right, we have confirmation. Amanda, Addie, and Ela are stoked about this information. Any other Swifties out there? Big Taylor Swift fans? They call them Swifties. Swifties. Okay, I see you. I see you. All right, excellent. We love a good Swiftie. All right. So we are doing fantastic. So the other thing we want to do over here is grab a little red pepper. And we're going to go ahead and julienne that as well. All right, a lot of julienning knife skills up in here today. Over at Patrick's house, we're a bit behind. All right, Patrick, no problem over there. Are you guys doing a double batch? Yeah, we're doing a double batch. Okay, no problem. Take your time over there, chef. Take your time. All right. So, bell pepper action over here. I'm cutting the lid off of the bell pepper. And I'm going to go in and I'm just going to rip the core out. Because I'm an animal. All right? Yeah. I'm sure there is... In fact, I know there's a nice knife way to do it, but I like to just kind of be animalistic when I rip that out. I find it very fun. Exactly. That's what I was thinking. All right, so you've ripped the core out over here. We're just going to, like, slice it in half. And then I'm going to cut it into the different lobes. All right, see how your pepper has, like, 4 lobes? Cutting it into the 4 lobes. And then when I have my 1 lobe of pepper over here, I'm going to turn my knife horizontally and trim up any remaining ribbing on the bell pepper slices. So knife horizontal, coming in super gently, removing any ribbing that might be on there. And then you have these really nice clean peppers that we can julienne really easily, right? So each of the lobes of your bell pepper. Alright, so hold up some lobes of bell pepper once you have them kind of carved out. Amanda, Addie, and Ela over there, nicely done. Team Judy, those are beautiful. Alright, Patrick over there is crushing it. We got Barb, those look awesome. Janet, nicely done. Team Molly, excellent job over there. Alright, we are rocking and rolling over here. Nice. Excellent. Oh, Team Karen, loving the bell peppers. Excellent job, chef. Alright, boom, yes. Nice. Awesome. All right, so from here, I like to put the skin side, right, the shiny skin side down. Tuck your fingertips, very important. And we'll go lengthwise just all the way down the lobe. Nice julienne slices. Don't worry about speed, right? We always want to go for accuracy over speed. Doesn't matter how fast you were going if you lose a finger, right? At that point, nobody cares about how fast you were going.
Yeah, we don't need that extra iron in the food.
Right? We got plenty of short rib. We don't need any extra iron or protein. Boom. All right. So this is going to be part of our slaw mise en place. Right, part of our slaw mise en place over here. All right. Beautiful. So we have just crushed step number 3. We have halved our carrot and did half of that into matchsticks. We got our daikon into matchsticks and our red pepper into matchsticks. Nicely done. We got some Britney Spears, some B. Spears song suggestion. Excellent. Yeah. All right. Got some solid song requests coming into the chat bar over here. I love this. All right. So how we feeling about julienning? There's been a lot of it. How we feeling? Thumbs up. We have crushed this knife skill probably a few times now. Nice. All right. So set those off to the side. Make sure you are staying hydrated. That's like integral to the success of most of my recipes, honestly. As you know, I learned... It's an amazing sound effect. I'm sure you've all heard me say this, but I learned how to cook from my Nona, and oftentimes Nona had a little wine for the recipe. Somehow the recipes always involved wine, and there was always a little wine for Nona. All right, so I find that very coincidental, and I would love to keep this tradition alive in the spirit of Nona. So keep those hydration beverages close by. All right, so how are we feeling? Thumbs up. We can kind of move on. Everybody has caught up on vegetable hour. Beautiful. There will be more vegging in our future, though, so a lot of veggies in this recipe. So we're going to go ahead and roll on into step number 4. All right, we're going to make some pickling liquid to pickle those 2 vegetables that we just did. So, into my tiny pot over here. It's a big pot. All right, tiny pot over here. We want to go 1 cup rice vinegar and 1 cup of sugar. All right, equal parts vinegar and sugar. So this is just kind of my go-to standard pickle recipe. 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of rice vinegar, and then a half a cup of water. I was recently on a cooking competition. I cannot tell you which one yet. I can't wait to tell you which one, but I can't tell you yet. All right, but I made a lot of pickles on this show. All right, and this is the pickling liquid that I just kind of rolled with. It was just on the mind. All right, so I'm just showing you my standard go-to pickle recipe that when you're in a time crunch, you might just want to bust it out. Enhance your dish a little bit, right? Bring some acidity and brightness. And so once you have 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of rice vinegar, half a cup of water in your pot, add a little pinch of Balinese truffle salt. And you know my suggestion, the higher you rain down your salt into your food, the better your food tastes. All right, I promise that is what they said in culinary school. If we doubled the rice, how long does it cook for? Solid question. You'll probably go like 25 minutes. How long did I say? 15?
15.
So I would check it at 25. You just want to make sure all of the liquid has evaporated and that it's not super crunchy. So you always just kind of want to test that out. If you need a little more liquid, you can always add more. Yeah, great question, Chef. So how's it going over here? What's our timer look like,
We
Chef?
got about 2 minutes left.
All right. Excellent. So, besides this, all in my pot over here, the last thing you want to add is going to be that Korean chili powder. All right. Korean chili powder up in here. Woo! Okay, these are going to be aggressively spicy. All right, well. And so my suggestion was, a pinch of Korean chili powder. Jeremy and mine is going to be very spicy. All right, sorry, Jeremy. All right, so we're going to go ahead and heat this up. All right, we want to bring it up to a boil. We'll throw our veg in there and turn off the heat and just let it steep in there. And then you're going to have probably more vegetables, pickled vegetables, than you need for today's recipe. So you'll keep them in that pickling liquid, and they'll last you probably about the rest of the, probably, 5 days? 5 days on that. So yeah, keep them in that liquid. They'll start to get softer as the time progresses, right? But that's all right. All right, so kind of give that a little whisk together, stir it up a little bit, kind of make sure that sugar is dissolving. All right, so we want to come around out there, check out how that is going for you. Jeremy's going to put you on blast. We're going to come around. We're playing a little Britney Spears out here. So if you want to bust a dance move, you should. Always advisable. Over at Rachel's house. What up, Chef? How's it going? Dancing around. Love that. Right, over at Rachel's house. Perfect. That's looking great. Awesome. All right, Patrick, Jerry, John, and Karen over here. We are drinking. Excellent. That is half of the battle. Cheers, guys. First and then Chef Julian. How we doing over here? Hydrating. Perfect. We love the hydration moment. Anna and Aaron. Loving that. Awesome. Team Judy. Excellent hydration over there. Team Karen. Already looking great over here. Beautiful. All right. Nicely done. All right. Song really takes me back to my youth. I love this. Yeah, solid song request over at Amanda's house. Thank you guys for that one. For Anna and Aaron, sorry. All right, excellent. So my pickle liquid is just coming up to a nice boil. All right. Chef Jeremy is telling me that our rice timer is going off, so go ahead and check on that rice. Give it a little peek. If you have no liquid in there, feel free to turn that off. If you still have a little liquid in there, give it another 3 to 5 minutes. All right, how we doing on the rice? Mine needs like 2 more minutes. How you guys doing out there? Thumbs up, my rice is good. I'm turning it off. Side thumb, I'm cooking it more. All right, couple side thumbs with me. Okay, no problem. Jeremy, for us side thumbers, can you set us a 3-minute timer? So the heat on our stoves is all kind of different, so sometimes your rice just takes a little longer or a little shorter. No biggie. All right. So my pickling liquid is coming up to a boil over here. I'm going to go ahead, give it a nice little stir, make sure all that sugar has dissolved. And anytime you have pickling liquid on the stove, right, anytime you're boiling vinegar, it's going to be aggressively pungent to the face. All right, so if you need to turn your fan or your vent on, go ahead and do that. Is it sticky? It is sticky. Is that okay? The pickling liquid? What is sticky? I'm so curious. What do we have that's sticky out there? Oh, the rice. Okay, so if it's a little sticky, like if it's chewy, you might need to go another couple minutes in there and add just a little bit more liquid. Yeah, no problem. Easily fixable. All right, beautiful. So once your pickling liquid comes up to a boil, you want to go ahead and turn off the heat. And then we're going to pop our daikon and carrot in there. And you just want to try to make sure that they're completely submerged in pickling liquid. All right. And you can get that off of the heat if you want to, or you can just kind of leave it on your burner. But as long as the burner's off, then that's the important part. All right, so once your pickling liquid comes up to a boil, throw your carrot and daikon in there. And that's just going to kind of hang out. All right. How we doing out here? Thumbs up. I have vegetables in pickling liquid. Excellent. Awesome. All right. Anybody who's giving me the side thumb, just kind of keep letting that liquid come up to the boil and then just throw them in there and turn the heat off. All right. Super simple recipe on that one. Awesome. All right. So those are your pickled vegetables.
Janet wants to know, lid on top.
Lid on top of the pickling liquid? No, you're all right. You're all right for that. Yeah, no lid is fine. Great question, Chef Janet. Great question. All right, so at this point, we're pretty much ready to get into our purple cabbage. All right, I think we're starting a revolution. This is no longer the red cabbage. This is our purple cabbage. All right, and this is absolutely enormous. All right, this is bigger than the size of my actual head. You probably, if yours is as big as mine, you only need like a quarter. All right, got some GMO vegetables up in here today. All right, so you only need about a quarter of your head-sized cabbage. All right, Casey and Laren, Casey and Laren, that is a perfect head-sized cabbage. Yeah, got the Napa over there. All right, we got some Napa cabbage out there. Yeah, that's gonna be great. That's gonna be great. Awesome.
Wow, that is a huge one at Molly's too.
Wow, Molly, you got an enormous cabbage over there, Chef. Wow, nice. Yeah, you'll probably need just like a quarter of that as well. Yeah, we got some serious cabbages out here, guys. Nice. We were not playing. All right. So.
Jenna is shot putting the cabbage.
I mean, you literally could. I mean, this thing is like no joke over here. Awesome. So we're going to go ahead and remove the base. All right, remove the base of your cabbage. Oh man, this is serious cabbage. And then now it's got a flat spot to sit on over here. So Chef Linda, excellent question. Also, welcome back. I've just got my red bell pepper sitting off to the side over here. So that's going to be for our slaw. And our cabbage is going to be for our slaw as well. Do you use the white part of the cabbage? Chef Jeremy says our rice timer is going off. For anybody who was side thumbing me with the rice earlier, check on that rice again. There should be no liquid left in there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and turn that baby off. Awesome. All right, so no, we're not going to use the Napa cabbage. Okay, so for your Napa cabbage, you can use a little of it. All right, kind of just don't use that like very fibrous, thick part at the bottom of the stem, but a little bit of the white part at the top is totally fine. All right, so for my purple cabbage over here, I'm going to peel off the outer layer. All right. Oh, beautiful. One of the things I love about this dish is that there's so many colors. There's a lot of vegetables in here. All right. And I do, contrary to popular belief, actually do enjoy vegetables. So we got some veg in our life over here. So we're going to cut this baby in half. And again, we only need a quarter of this. So we're going to like... Here, Jeremy, you can just hold that.
Is that my
That's
my
your
snack
that's your
cabbage?
snack, chef snack, Jeremy. All right, so after you have halved your enormous cabbage, we're gonna then halve the halve or quarter it. All right, I'm gonna use 1/4 of this cabbage.
I don't need any more snacking cabbage over here.
You're good on
I'm
snacking
good on
cabbage.
half the
All right,
cabbage.
perfect.
That's about my snack limit when it comes to cabbage.
One half of the head is perfect.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, so we've already trimmed the base off over here. But this little white core in the middle over here is very fibrous and unpleasant. So you want to go ahead and angle your knife, and you can make one slice and remove that core. All right, come in at a bias and bust out that white core. It's very thick, fibrous, and kind of not pleasant to munch on. Once you have it cored, you can either cut this in half again, which I like to do because I'm a little guy with little hands. There's only so much I can do over here. But if you can just go ahead and julienne the cabbage like that with it being in one chunk, go ahead. But I have to cut it in half again. And then we're just going to make really thin shreds. So like think chiffonade, right? Think confetti. Think like as thin as you can get it over here. And we're just going to go ahead and julienne some cabbage. Chef Jeremy wants to come around and see how our giant cabbages are going. With a little more bee spears. Excellent. Always a fan. Oh, that's some beautiful cabbage, Chef Larry. Nicely done.
Oh yeah. I'm eating Amanda, Patty, and Isla.
Oh, nicely done over there, ladies. Excellent. All right, Christina, beautiful pile of cabbage, Chef. Nicely done over there, Chef.
Oh yeah, Chef Isabella over here crushing it.
Nicely done, Chef.
Oh,
Excellent.
yeah.
All right. Focus. We got Patrick, John, Gary, and Karen. How's it going over there, guys? Team Judy, that's looking beautiful. Nice. Chef Molly chopping it up over there. Nicely done, Chef. Pam has been cooking for like 5 hours by now. Pam, you are an absolute gangster over there. Chef Tammy also been cooking it for the past 5 hours. You're crushing it, chef.
Been cooking away.
Linda has also been cooking for 5 hours. Yeah, we got some repeat offenders over here. You've been cooking.
Oh yeah, Rachel.
Rachel, you've been here as well all day long with us. We love that. Cheryl and Judy, welcome guys. How's it going over there? Good to see you guys. Awesome. Rachel, nice cabbage over there. Beautiful. Yeah, nice and thin, guys. Nice. All right, cool. So, go ahead and find a bowl of mixing. All right, find one of your bowls of mixing over here. And I'm going to start just throwing things in. I'm going to throw in my cabbage. And you can also add your bells into this bowl too. All right, so cabbage and bells over here. Right. Cabbage, bell peppers. Nice. Alrighty. So we're going to go ahead and use the other half of our carrot in this mix over here. So now is when you want to find your box grater. Alright. And we're going to use the side with the large holes because we don't want to make our lives too difficult. And we do want a little bit of texture in there. And we're just going to grate the other half of our carrot into this dish over here. And honestly, box graters, mandolins are the things that I have cut myself on the worst in my life. So make sure you watch yourself on those kitchen items. It's never the knife. It's never the knife's fault. All right. Sometimes it's the knife's fault, but usually it's the mandolin or the microplane or the box grater.
The number of fingers I have grated.
The number of knuckles that have ended up where they shouldn't be is just so sad. Mostly for my knuckle. They grow back though, apparently. All right. That's something I learned. For the most part, kind of. Karen's like, no, they don't. No, they don't. All right. So, that's kind of our slaw. All right, we're going to add a couple other things up in here, but for the most part, that is our beautiful slaw. So you can kind of toss it around, and as you're tossing it around, all right, I want to come around, I want to see some vegetables flying around. All right, this is our beautiful slaw. So, how's it going out here, chefs? Let's see some slaw action. Anna and Aaron, beautiful job over there. Team Judy, excellent job over there. All right. That's nice slaw, chef. Ham, nice and done over here. We got Laren, nice slaw over there, chef. Christina, beautiful job. All right. We knocked out of the park. Andrea, crushing over here. All right. Nicely done, guys. Beautiful. We want some hot stuff. We have Korean chili powder and gochujang. You can make this very hot stuff today. Right? You can make this very, very hot stuff today. All right. So, if you need a hydration moment, go ahead and take that right now. Great time. And then we have just crushed step number 6 over here. And so step number 7 involves our scallions. All right, go ahead and bust out your scallions or green onions. The cool thing about scallions or green onions is you can start at the root and pretty much eat from white to green. And if you replant the little root part in a little water, you will actually regrow your entire green onion. All right, so if you ever were like, I don't want to continue to buy green onions at the store, if you put this in some water, you can have green onions all the time. So remove the little root end. If there's any stringy bits, go ahead and clean those off of here. Looks pretty good today. Awesome. So we've cleaned up the white parts. Go ahead and take the tips of the greens and you just want to slice a little bit of that off as well. Something I learned at one of my Korean friends' homes was that a lot of the times they use scissors to chop up their vegetables. Oftentimes scallions. I saw her mom using the scissors on the scallions a lot. So if you want to go ahead and bust out some scissors, that's why there were scissors on your mise en place list. If you want to try it that way, you can go ahead. Hey, Amanda over there, nice. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, those are not planned scissors. That's what those are. Awesome. Yeah, or you can just go ahead and use your knife. But either way, we're going to do this on a nice bias, right? Because anytime you slice something on a bias, It just looks fancier. Herb shears. Yes, excellent.
Ooh.
Yeah, back when I used to work at this bread and breakfast. Bed and breakfast. Okay.
Bread and breakfast.
Although bread and breakfast, I mean, I'm
That's
on
like
board
the
with that. I
ideal
love me some bread.
combination. Yeah.
All right, but at the bed and breakfast I used to work at on Wine Country, we had these little. We would go to Home Depot and get these little shears, Frisk shears, so we can go out in the garden and pick all the herbs that we needed for dinner service. And so that was part of our job as chefs every day. Go out to the farm, pick your mise en place, and Lord help you if you didn't pick the most beautiful blossoms. Chef would just have you in a spot. In some big juice. Big juice. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah. So, we're going to go ahead, come through, bias slice our scallions. Just go super nice and thin. We're going to throw some in our slaw. We're going to throw some on top of our bowl for garnish. So, I've got about 3 over here. You can use as many as you like. I've got about 3. When I worked at one of the Japanese restaurants in downtown San Francisco, I would have to chop like a case of scallions every day, which took an exceptionally long time.
Oh, that's a lot of
and a
scallions.
lot of tears.
Yes, many tears.
Many tears. What is bias slicing? Oh, Chef Linda, I'm so glad you asked. So, anytime you have something that is sliced on a bias, right? What you're gonna do is you're just gonna angle your knife at like 45 degrees. So if my scallion is horizontal on my board over here, maybe go up top. Yeah. So when I come in a bias, I'm going to slice it right like this. And so I've got that little like diamond cut edge over here. Alright, so that's all we mean for biased knife cuts. Is that they're just kind of sliced on an angle. So yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, Kirsten and Julian, yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, once you get them nice on the top, on the stove top, yeah, you can throw them in the oven until they're nice and tender. Yeah, no problem. Awesome. So, we've got scallions ready to rock over here. Give me a thumbs up if I have beautiful bias cut scallions. I knew it. I knew it. Excellent. All right, so that is step number 7. Now, I have a question. Who picked jalapeno? Who picked serrano? What did we pick over here? What did we pick? All right, we got some jalapenos. We got a lot of jalapenos. All right, anybody go serrano? Where's my serrano friends?
See jalapeno here. I'm looking for the serranos.
All right, a lot of jalapenos. Okay, we want jalapeno. I love it.
Is that a serrano?
Kirsten and Julian want serrano. There we go.
Oh,
Team Isabella, was that a serrano over there?
I can't tell. It's a serrano or a jalapeno. It might be a
Yes,
jalapeno.
there we
Yeah.
go. Awesome. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so we're about to spice up our
Carrots
life
over
a little
here.
bit over here. All right, we're going to get a little spicy. One of my favorite things to do is get spicy. All right. I think it's because I'm from southern Italy. We're just the spicy ones.
Ooh.
All right, so we've got this beautiful serrano over here. I'm going to go ahead and remove the root. Boop. Remove the root. Stem. Sorry. Losing my mind. Okay. Removing the stem of our serrano. All right. And then we're just going to slice it super thin. So, chef's claw, right? Chef's claw, because fingertips are still very important. And just as thin as you can slice it. So we want to see your hot spicy peppers in action. That sounded aggressive. All right, we want to see whatever you're chopping out there. What do we got, chefs?
Ooh, yes.
Over at Chris and Tina's. There we go. Oh, we're getting some seeds out. There we go. Nice.
Oh, Amanda adding Isla doing beautiful.
Nicely done over there, chef. Excellent.
Oh, and Molly. And Andrea crashing. That's like,
Oh, beautiful job over there, chef. Excellent.
oh yeah. Oh. Casey and Laren, we got the sliced pepper.
Oh, Laren, you are crushing this, chef.
Ooh, Chef Isabella.
Isabella, nice knife work over there, chef. Excellent.
Oh,
All right, Team Karen, how how we doing over here, Chef? We're busting some dance moves. Excellent.
Oh, we got dance
Always
moves?
important. And we have dance moves and slaw. Yes. All right. Awesome. Dance moves and slaw. Perfect combination. All right. So my suggestion, my best suggestion probably all day, and I've had some great ideas today. My best suggestion of the day is after you touch hot peppers is to immediately go wash your hands. All right, because in like 3 seconds, your eyebrow is gonna get really itchy and you're gonna poke yourself in the eyeball. And it's not gonna be a good time. Exactly, there's gonna be a whole situation that's gonna have to happen. All right, so go wash your hands. I somehow managed to do that like 9 out of 10 times. I'm working with spicy peppers. I just poke myself in that. And like you just get weirdly itchy just at the weirdest times. You're like, oh, burn. All right, beautiful. So it's officially time to make some dressing for the slaw. And so we're going to marinate that. It'll sit, and then we'll cook off our short ribs a little bit later. All right, so first things first, into our second mixing bowl of the day. All right. We're going to go in with 1/2 cup of our mayonnaise. My favorite mayonnaise to use for most Asian recipes that call for mayonnaise is Kewpie. All right, I've worked at a Japanese restaurant, they use it. A lot of time in Korean food, they use it. Kewpie is super, super delicious. Yes, Pam and Pat, that is exactly the bottle. There we go. Yeah, they've got the little bottle that you can get at the store.
Oh, yeah.
We have a large tub over here. Yeah, Ed and Andrew over there. Yeah, over at Karen's house. Yup. Yeah, Kewpie is the best. All right. If I don't make aioli from scratch, then I'm going to get Kewpie. That's the only other acceptable in my world substitution. All right, but if you could only source just generic mayo, that will also work as well, right? If you're in a page like Chef, all I could find was best foods, all right? It's okay. It's not the worst. So, 1/2 cup of Kewpie mayo. And then we want to add 3 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar, right? We need some acid up in here. Just go ahead and measure it out for yourself. 3 tablespoons. Two tablespoons of gochujang, or a little more if you want to get wild, right? Don't ever let me stop you if you want to get wild. Whether that's with garlic, wine, Parmesan, gochujang. All right? Don't let me stop you. You get wild. It's a liberal 2 tablespoons. All right, excellent. And then finish it off with a tablespoon of soy sauce.
I got a question. What is so special about Kewpie?
It's honestly super just delicious. I think that the oil that they use is just a lot better than the canola oil that you generally find in most mayonnaises. And so I think that makes all the difference. Do I put the jalapeno in the slaw mix? Excellent question, Chef. We are going to put the jalapeno in the slaw mix. Yes, absolutely, Chef. Or you can throw it in your dressing and then put it in the slaw. But yeah, it's going in the slaw. Awesome. All right, so give this a nice little mix, right? This is our slaw dressing over here. Give it a nice mix for yourself. Depending on how much gochujang you put, all right? Yours is going to be a little redder or blander than mine. But this is extremely red because I think I got a little liberal with the gochujang.
Ooh, that's not bad.
Oh, yes. All right, so we have an aggressive amount of gochujang in here, so mine is extremely red. But I want to see your slaw dressing, all right? What's it look like out there? How's it going? Chris and Tina, that looks perfect. I see we also got liberal with the gochujang. Excellent. Yeah, we want to get spicy out here. Chef Barb, that looks beautiful. Casey and Lara, nicely done. Andrea, you are crushing it over there, Chef. Excellent. All right, we got Amanda adding meal over here. Excellent job, guys. Nice. All right, beautiful. Excellent job, you two. Yeah, we are stirring it up. Excellent. All right, we have run out of rice wine vinegar. Chef, I know that happens to me all the time. This recipe is a lot of rice wine vinegar all over the place. I would use probably like champagne vinegar or white vinegar. Even apple cider vinegar, honestly, would be fine. Ooh, what do we have over here? Oh, yeah, the champagne vinegar. Yeah,
Ooh,
beautiful.
yes.
Yeah, I love champagne vinegar. Ours feels a little runny. How thick should it be? Yeah, so this is not a super, like, thick, like, mayonnaise heavy. So it is a little looser. So mine looks something like this. Boop. So I'll do the Jeremy. I'll do the waterfall.
Yes.
The Jeremy, I will rain my sauce down. Jeremy's always
Show.
the textural show. All right, so it should be something like this, right? It's kind of soupy, right? It's not like you're a thick mayonnaise forward dressing. I'm not the hugest fan of like mayonnaise in general. Like Kewpie's my favorite, but mayonnaise in general is not my biggest fan. So I made this a little bit more runny. So yeah, if yours is also runny, you're doing great. Awesome. All right, Pam, did you have one of those vinegars out there? You feel good about the substitution? Where's Pam?
Oh yeah, Pam's got some
Awesome.
champagne over
Oh,
there.
champagne, perfect. Yeah, perfect. Nice. All right, so go ahead and throw your dressing onto your slaw over here. And again, you want to add as much or as little as you like. So start with a little bit. I'm going to add all of it. But you can always add more. You can't take it out if you feel like you've added too much. All right, so you can always start with small.
Chris and Tina are asking garlic and ginger in the dressing.
Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and grate some garlic and ginger up in here as well. Excellent. So for the slaw, we want about 2 cloves of garlic and about a 1/2 ounce of ginger, which is just like, probably like a 2-inch knob. Right, like a 2-inch knob. And of course, the 2 cloves of garlic is purely a suggestion. You want to bust out as many cloves as you like. I'm probably going to do 3. Jeremy, what do you think?
Yes. Yes.
Jeremy's a fan
All
of the 3.
in.
Excellent. Awesome.
And then added injuries, we're asking, and the lime.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and zest and juice the lime. So we're going to be grating a lot of things at this point. All right, so you're going to need your graters at the ready. As far as the cloves of garlic, you know, we just want to Hulk smash to pull them out of the little husk over here. Awesome. So again, I'm not going to take the root off of my garlic because that's going to be like my little holding anchor as I grate it in here. All right, so Jeremy's going to come around. He wants to see you zesting all of this delicious mise en place up over here. So how we doing? Oh, we are jitterbugging away. Excellent. All right, we got Team Karen. Teamwork over here. Excellent job, you two. Yes. Love it. All right, Chris and Tina, we are microplaning up a storm. Excellent. All right, Kirsten and Marvin over there. Excellent job, chefs. All right, over at Woodtop, nice and good over there, chef. We got Casey taking over here. We have a Casey takeover of the kitchen. Awesome. All right, we got Amanda, Addie, and Eva busting some dance moves as we're zesting. Always a good move. Excellent. Anna and Aaron, excellent job over there. I see some grating action. The nice thing about if you have a sous chef is that one person can be grating and the other person can be refilling the grater's tasty beverage. Patrick, Jerry, John, and Karen, how you guys doing over there? So, all right. We got wine. As long as we got the wine involved, then so will actually end up being very great. All right, yeah, there you go. That is most of the battle. Excellent. All right, Cheryl and Judy, how you guys doing over there? Raise it up. Excellent. Boom. All right. So, I had about 3 cloves of garlic. Make sure you do a nice scrape of your microplane. All right, so that's our garlic. As far as your knob of ginger over here, there's a couple of methods of peeling that you can do over here. You can peel it with your peeler. I've also had chefs in restaurants ask me to peel garlic with a spoon because, wait for it. I know, it's a terrible idea. I thought so too. But it actually gets around those roots a lot easier than your peeler. Right? Because garlic is very knobbly. Right? It's a very knobbly root. The spoon will actually help you get a really nice close peel around the little knobs. All right, so that's actually a super handy trick that I learned in restaurants. You wouldn't think that that would be the move. But go ahead, peel up that knob of ginger. You want to grate that in there. Get that lime zest in there. We've got a lot of grating to do. All right, so Jeremy's going to keep us pumped up with some grating, zesting tunes.
I just found out this is the album that Wham got their exclamation point in.
Did they not have an exclamation point to begin with?
Did not know. We gotta know.
Yeah, I need more information, Michaela. What's going on over there with Wham and their exclamation point?
They have an exclamation point on this song as well, so.
Jeremy is officially whamming all of you today.
We are getting Wham today.
Excellent.
Ooh, yeah.
Alright, we got Team Judy grating it up. Excellent.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart.
Team Molly, nicely done over there.
Judy's like,
Judy's like, no, I just want to listen to this. I know, I apologize to anybody who was doing really well winning that game. We were so close. Yeah, so close. Kristen and Julia, nicely done.
That bar pound.
That bar was great over here.
But we are hard at work. And Mandy, Addie, and Isla.
I also saw some dance moves over there. They're really just doing great.
Oh, we got more dances over here.
Oh, Julian, what up, buddy?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we are dancing away over here.
Oh, Casey and Lynn are letting everyone know it is time to be real. You are all be real.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, we are being real right now.
Are we? Okay.
Yeah, we are being real.
Is something the kids are saying? I don't understand.
Oh, it's like the new social media.
It's the new social media. Okay,
Yes.
well, no wonder I had no idea. Excellent. All right. I have enough trouble with the social media I already have. I don't need whatever that is too. Oh my goodness. One more thing to manage. All right, so scrape that grater, right? Don't forget all the goodies get stuck in the back grooves. All right, so make sure you scrape those, even the front a little bit. Watch your fingers. Whew. Okay, so where I'm at is I have 3 cloves of garlic and 1 knob of ginger in my bowl over here. I love that the official term for ginger knobs is knob.
Ooh.
I love that that's actually the chef term. That's not something I just pulled out of you know where. Like, it's literally called the knob. All right, so next you want to go ahead and zest your lime in here, right? A lot of zesting today. When you zest the lime, try not to go over the same spot a million different times, right? Then the white layer comes around. That's the pith. It's really bitter. So, Chef Judy, we're adding the jalapenos into our slaw over here. Yeah, so we kind of just combined everything in a giant bowl. We're going to kind of just toss it together. All right, zesty goodness over here. After I zest it, I'm then going to go ahead and juice the entire thing in here as well. All right. So, we have purplish red cabbage, red bell peppers, carrot grated, jalapeno or serrano nice and sliced, grated ginger, garlic, lime zest, lime juice, and our Kewpie mayo dressing. All right, if you have all those things in your bowl, give it a nice toss, give it a nice stir. The longer
Groovy,
it sits,
baby.
the longer it sits, the better it will taste. All right, so get it marinating all quick over here. And so, like, if you have enough to party, tomorrow it's going to taste even better. Keep it in that marinade. Keep it in your fridge. And it's going to be even better tomorrow. It's the kind of the nature of slaw. Anytime you're making slaw, ideally you like do it a little bit ahead of time so it kind of has a little more chance to marinate. But this is going to be super delicious tonight as well, so no worries about that. And then once you get to this stage right here where your slaw is dressed and ready for action, make sure you taste it, all right? Make sure that it's delicious. Woo. Fireworks of flavor. Exactly, Jeremy. All right. I, of course, think it needs more salt, so I'm going to add more salt over here. My mom always says that I over-season my food. And I say, Mom, I am a professional. I season it appropriately. And then I went on this cooking competition, and they were like, this needs some finishing salt. And I was, like, vindicated for 2 minutes there, being like, Mom, I told you. But then it was still my bad, so, you know, you win, you lose. All right, so, it's delicious. Excellent over at Amanda's house. We think it's delicious. Delicious. We knocked it out of the park. A little spicy, a little acidic. Vegetables. Yeah, amazing what you can make vegetables turn into with the right dressing. Yeah, so I'm going to put some of my green onion in here too. And then we're going to kind of finish it with some green onion as well. The top of our dish in general. So yeah, I'll add half at least. Just save a little for garnish later. Yeah, a lot of components to this slaw. All right, a lot of components to our slaw over here. All right, boom. So, that's going to hang out and just continue to get more delicious. My pickled vegetables over here have been pickling themselves. Go ahead and try one of those now. See how that's doing. Should be a little sweet, a little spicy, a little hint of vinegar in there. Chef Molly, yeah, our red bell pepper went in the slaw. Yeah, great question. Oh, the jalapeno, yeah, that went in there too. Yeah, and basically everything's in the slaw. Yeah. It was a lot of things, but basically everything except half the carrot that we matchsticked and the daikon. It's the only thing not in the slaw, I guess, is the easier way to say it. All right. So, we have slaw, we have pickled veg, we've got scallions. How are we doing out there, chefs? Give me a thumbs up if we're still in it to win it. Excellent. Awesome. All right, so we're super close over here, all right? We're super close. So, we have just crushed prep during class, and we're going to start cooking, all right? So, give yourselves a round of applause. You're doing amazing. Do a little dab if you need to. That's what the kids do now. That's called a dab. So, I like to hydrate at this moment in time, right? Really get a little vodka in there before we start lighting some fires.
2 shots of vodka.
Exactly. All right. Jeremy with the amazing sound effects over here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and, because we're cooking meat, right, anytime we have meat cookery, you want to go ahead and turn your fan on, your vent on, open up a window, get that airflow going, right? We're not going to get it quite as rockin' hot as we would if this were like a steak, right? Next month when you take my filet mignon class, right, we're going to get that pan ripping hot. For this, we're not going to get it quite as hot, all right, because there's a lot of sugar in this marinade, and sugar has a very strong tendency to perhaps maybe burn if the heat's too high. So we're going to be a little conservative on the heat, but we still want to be on a high setting. So if you want to bust out your saute pan, not your cast iron, we're just going to toast some sesame seeds first. All right, so get your little saute pan out. And so, little saute pan on our stove over here. We just want to be on low heat. All right, low heat on your saute pan over here. All right, and so we're going to get our sesame seeds into the pan. All right, and again, we're just on low heat over here. We're just going to kind of gently toast our sesame seeds. And so, your sesame seeds are going to be kind of white. Maybe you got black ones. All right, black or white sesame seeds, either way. Totally fine. I have an interesting combination of both over here. So you're just gonna kind of toast them in your pan, right? Give it a little swirl every once in a while. Right, again, we're just on low heat. They're gonna start to smell nice and toasty. All right, they're gonna start to smell nice and toasty. And so, if you want to learn a very professional chef technique, I'm sure you probably all know this one already, but if you are swirling your sesame seeds with this hand over here, and then in this hand you are grabbing your tasty beverage. Tina's like, I knew this was coming. Yeah, then you are sipping and swirling simultaneously. Bless you, chef. All right, so I want to see your best sip and swirl action out here. Are we swirling the sesames and drinking our drink? Molly is sipping and swirling. Excellent job, chef. Professional chef technique. Yes, over at Karen. That was perfect. Yeah, nailed it. Right off the bat. Excellent. Andrea is crushing the sip and swirl over here. Amazing. Awesome. We got Pam doing a great job over here. All right, over at Julie's house, we are doing amazing. Patrick, Jerry, John, and Karen. Oh my gosh, everybody is swirling up over here. Nice. Oh, Chef Laren, that is proper form. Nicely done, Chef. All right, we got Kirsten over here. Excellent. All right, Barb, excellent job over there. Linda, nicely done. All right. Anna and Aaron, nicely done over there. Oh my gosh, you're crushing this technique. Yeah. It's one of my favorite techniques which I can apply to probably almost any recipe that you're going to do this with. Tina, Isabella, I see you sipping and swirling. Awesome. So, eventually, your sesame seeds will turn toasty. Alright, so eventually your sesame seeds will be kind of toasty and brown over here. Right? And so if they're black, right, if you started with black sesame seeds, you're not going to see them being toasty. So that's why we always say you want to smell your food, kind of look for other signs other than sight, right? Because you won't see your black sesame seeds toasted. But if you smell it kind of being toasty, that's when you know to shut your heat off. All right, so if you got white sesame seeds, you'll see them toast and get kind of golden brown. If you got black sesame seeds, you'll just smell the toastiness in the air. And that's it, right? Just a little dry toast on our sesame seeds, kind of like how we would dry toast spices to increase flavor. So there's actually two kinds of sesame oils that you can get. You can get toasted sesame oil, you can get non-toasted sesame oil. So it's all just kind of preference about what you want your end dish to taste like. All right. Boom. So, I'm going to pop those off to the side over here. Aha. Okay. So, how do we do? Sesame seeds are toasting away. Thumbs up. Side thumbs still toasting. Still toasting. Slow your roll. Got it. Okay, no problem. No problem. All right. So, the next step over here is going to be to cook off our beautiful Korean barbecue short ribs. All right. And that's what's going to bring this whole dish together, right? Because now we've got rice, and it's just chilling over there. We've got our garnish, right? Our sesame seed and our scallions. We've got some acidic pickly options. And we've got some beautiful slaw to bring it home. All right. So all these flavors are going to marry super nicely together. Oh, yeah. And then we have a little extra sauce just in case. Because we like getting saucy around here. And so we got a lot of beautiful components. So the next one is going to be the final one, getting those short ribs cooked. So now is definitely the time to find your large pan, preferably cast iron. But if you're just like stainless steel team, then that's fine as well. All right. And so because there was a lot of soy sauce in our recipe for the marinade, we're not going to season the short ribs anymore. All right. So the soy sauce heavy recipe, don't really need to add more salt up in here. And so we want to get our saute pans on the heat. And you want to get it on like high heat. All right, we want these on high heat over here. If you have a stove that, if your stovetop is like super hot, right? You might want to go on medium high. If you're like, oh, my stove does not run super hot, chef, then you want to go on high heat. All right. So I've got induction burners over here. They get ripping hot. I'm going to go on medium high heat. All right. I don't need high heat over here. I will torch my short ribs. Yes, you can. All right. Beautiful. So my pan is heating up over here. And so you know my favorite trick to tell, is my saute pan hot enough to start partying? Hover your hand in there, check it out. Hopefully there's that residual heat coming up. And then that's how we know that we're going to be ready to add in a little oil and start cooking these. And so I'm going to saute in sesame seed oil. Sesame seed oil is one of those high heat neutral oils. Oh, it's not that neutral, okay? It's our high heat oil, right? So you can get it ripping hot and it's not going to burn and taste acrid. All right, so we're using sesame oil. If you've run out of sesame oil, you can use a different neutral oil, no problem. As long as you're not searing anything in olive oil, like extra virgin olive oil, that's the only thing I ever ask, right? Don't high heat sear in extra virgin olive oil. It's gonna be a roasty time in a bad way. All right, so my saute pan is pretty toasty over here. I'm gonna go ahead and add in a couple tablespoons of sesame oil. You just want a thin layer in the bottom of your saute pan. So you don't have to add too much if you don't want to. Just at least as long as there's a nice little coating in there. That's what you're looking for. All right. Should smell like toasty sesame seeds up in here. Smells pretty great. And then I'm going to go ahead and pop these in the pan. Woo! So we're going to continue to flip them around, right? You don't need to do it necessarily on every 30 seconds like how we would if this was a New York or a filet mignon or something like that. You don't need to be as consistent about the flips. So at the end of the day, this isn't a giant piece of steak that we need to get internal temperature super even. This is so quick in the pan that you're just going to kind of keep flipping it around and we're going to get that nice final product. Kind of give it a little swirl every once in a while. Kind of checking how we're doing over here. Nice. Alright, it's been a good amount of time. I'm going to flip them over already. Beautiful. All right, if you want to show off those short ribs, how they're doing in the pan over there, we would love to see. All right, I see Team Karen over here. We are flipping them around. Excellent. All right, there you go, Chef. Oh, Casey and Laren, those look nice. Team Isabel, those look beautiful. All right. Chef Amanda over here, Addie and Mila are crushing it. Okay, nicely done. Chris and Tina, those look beautiful. Yeah, those look awesome, guys. Pam and Pat look super delicious over there.
Got Cheryl flipping away.
Flipping away? Yeah, flip them every once in a while, guys. Every once in a while, give them that nice flip. Awesome. You also know my other chef secret, the sip and flip. All right, so if you need to bust out your drinks and sip and flip the short ribs simultaneously. Oh, Chef Molly, I see you doing it over there. Excellent. Yeah, Chef Molly is the professional chef over here, crushing it. Kirsten and Julian, have a great night, guys. Thanks for hanging out. All right, I'm gonna flip them over again. Just make sure I'm flipping them often. I can see my sugars are starting to caramelize a little bit on the outside of my short ribs. That's great. We love that, right? Oh. Wow. Jeremy called me red-handed, having a little dance move. I mean, it's hard not for me to sing along to Queen, right? It's just classic, good classic music over here. Yeah, Freddie Mercury, man. Good stuff. All right. So, I'm sure you already know my trick. but I'm going to tell you again. So, whenever you're wondering, is my food cooked to the proper temperature? Thumb to pinky and poke this little nugget of meat right here. That is rare. Add your ring finger. That's medium rare. Add your middle finger. That's medium. Add your pointer finger. That's medium well. And a closed, tight fist is well done, chefs. Alright. So, again, for if you missed it, alright, whenever you're trying to tempt meat without a thermometer, because you can't poke a bunch of holes in meat at Michelin star restaurants, so that's not allowed. You have to just kind of poke it and find out. So, thumb to pinky and poke this right here. That's rare. Add your ring finger, that's medium rare. Add your middle, that's medium. Pointer, medium well. Closed fist, well done. Right, and I'm just poking this little nugget right here, right? There's this little muscle right here. I'm sure there's a name for it that I already forgot from my college years, but you want to poke whatever that is. Alright, that's going to tell you. Alright, so mine are feeling nice and soft and tender and juicy. There's that bounce back. I love that. Got some nice caramelization on the center ones right there. That's beautiful. And because these are coated in marinade, aka sugar, they're going to be ripping hot. So be careful when you poke them. But you want to kind of have some soft and tenderness there. And a little bit of bounce. Alright, we got Casey and Laren taking them out over there. They look awesome. I'm turning mine off over here. Alright. Alright, so we've had these in here about 4 to 5 minutes, right? It's been about time. Alright. So it's been about 4 to 5 minutes. They should be about medium rare by now. Mine definitely are, so I'm going to turn my heat off. Alright. How we doing out there, chefs? We poking the meat with our fingers. We're doing our little weird finger test. That was one of the first things they taught me when I walked into a kitchen. They were like, today you're working saute station. I was like, oh my god, it's my first day. What do you mean? And they're like, alright, do you know how to tempt meat without a thermometer? And I was like, no, it's my first day. Like, what do you mean? And so they taught me that weird hand trick, and for some reason it works. Alright, I don't know the science behind that one. Alright, but I know that it oddly enough, it works. And so if you're ever in a pinch and you're like, I don't have a thermometer, do the little hand trick. That'll work most of the time. That'll get you all the way there. Alright. So, I see some of us still kind of at the stove. So, how we doing? Thumbs up. My ribs are done. Side thumb, not done. Not done. Slow my roll. Okay, no problem. Keep cooking. Keep cooking. I see everybody's like, chef. All right, no problem. You take your time. Take your time. All right. Unfortunately, the marinade that your ribs, short ribs, were sitting in overnight is no longer usable, right? We had raw meat sitting in here. Unfortunately, it has to go, right? But we did save a 1/4 cup or so of sauce to party. Yeah, I wanted to make sure we had enough sauce to party over here. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and take my ribs out of the pan over here. Just kind of set them on a little plate. You can set them on your cutting board, something like that. We just want to get them out of the heat. Oh, look at that juicy rib over here. Boom.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I'm so hungry. All right, these look amazing. If you want to, you can hit them with a little sauce right now and let them hang out a little bit. More sauce, more better. All right. And so that's what I have going on over here. Korean barbecue short ribs. But I don't want to see what I made, right? I want to see what you're doing, right? I'm very nosy. I want to see what you're doing. So, how are those ribs looking out there? Jeremy's going to come around and put you on blast.
What is on your mind? Are you feeling
Isabel, those are perfect. Nicely done. Oh, Pat and those look amazing. Nicely done. Oh, over at Ed and Andrea, those look amazing, guys. Nicely done. Rachel, beautiful job over here. Those look perfect. Here, look how glazy those are. Nicely done. Oh, Amanda, Addie, and Ela, nicely done, Chad. Beautiful. Get it. Those look amazing. I know some of you are still cooking, but if you have your short ribs out of the pan, all right, then you're doing really great, and you can just take a little hydration break. Oh, it's a good time. All right. Alrighty, so we are just about ready to get this dish finished up and together. Just gonna kind of let everybody catch up, right? I want to make sure everybody finishes their short ribs, gets them out of the pan, so we can all kind of cross the finish line together, right? So if you want to clean up any mise en place, right, kind of wipe down your station, take a moment, kind of reorganize yourself over here. We are in the home stretch, my friends. All right, we have plating next. Just go ahead and kind of readjust anything if you need to. Take a minute. Right, one of my favorite chefs, Anthony Bourdain, was always really insistent that everybody keep their station nice and clean, their mise en place super tight. So we're gonna just do homage to that over here. Keep it nice and clean. I'm gonna need that. Oh, must discard the marinade. Yeah, so whatever marinade your short ribs, the raw ones were in, that has to go. But the little half cup or quarter cup that we saved, that's good to go. So you can kind of top your resting short ribs with a little of that sauce. And then if you feel like you want to add more sauce to your actual dish, you can always top it off with a little of that as well. Kind of depends on how saucy you want your dinner to be, chef. I love a saucy dinner. All right. Beautiful. All right, friends. So we're pretty much ready to start plating it up out there. Give me a thumbs up if you have your short ribs resting out of the pan. Just about all caught up now. Awesome. Awesome. All on the same page. Beautiful. So it is that time. That wonderful, wonderful time to plate up our dish. All right, so Jeremy's gonna hit you with some inspirational plating music. We have a lot of components here, all right? And so my suggestion is, when you're looking at your rice over here, remove that bay leaf, all right, first of all. Kind of fluff your rice with a fork. And when you fluff rice, you just need to stir it, right? Fluff your rice with a fork over here. Take the bay leaf out. And then remember all the components that we have. So anytime I go to plate something, I try to generally cluster my ingredients around so I don't end up forgetting one of the components of my dish. So, rice fluffed without the bay leaf, toasty sesame seeds, extra saucy goodness, just in case, pickled carrot and daikon, bias cut scallions, slaw, and ribs. Yeah, we did a lot of things today. All right, you should be super proud of yourselves, especially those of you who have done double classes today. You are basically a professional chef now. All right, so when you go to plate the rice up, if you want to use a little cup like this, a little ramekin, to make it a really nice mound, you totally can, but you don't have to, right? You definitely don't have to. You can eat this more informally and just make a giant rice bowl. Up to you, right? Have a little fun. Plating is where you get to have fun. You listen to me blab all day long. Now it's your turn to take control and have some fun. Take some creative license up in here. that's beautiful. Nicely done. Alright, so what have we done today? We made rice, Korean short ribs that were marinated overnight, thinly sliced and beautiful. Made very traditional kind of sauce. We got some beautiful slaw up in here. We used some awesome vegetables, pickled vegetables, slaw, sesame seeds. But I don't want to see what I made. I don't really care. I want to see what you made. That's what makes me smile. That's what makes me happy. I want to see what you created here today. Alright, so hold it up, show it off, put the final razzle dazzle on it. And we're going to come around and check it out. Feel those K-pop vibes in the air. Chef Rachel, that's perfect. Nicely done. Alright, oh my goodness, these are amazing. A little Whitney up in here. Oh my goodness. Amanda, Addie, and Ela, those are perfect. Super beautiful, guys. Pam and Pat, amazing. That was awesome. Team Judy, that was perfect. Excellent job. Right, Ed and Andrea, oh my goodness, I cannot wait to dig into this. That looks amazing, guys. Tammy, yes, chef, nicely done. Molly over there, nicely done. All right, oh my goodness, these look amazing, guys. Tammy has been crushing it all day long. Patrick, Jerry, John, and Karen crossed the finish line with us. That looks amazing, chef, nicely done. All right, we've got Amanda putting the last finishing touches on it over there. Excellent. Chris and Tina plating it up as we speak. Excellent. Anna and Aaron, how you guys doing over there? Yes, chef, that's beautiful. Oh my goodness. Guys, these look amazing. Beth, that's perfect. Over at Barb's house, that looks awesome, chef. Nicely done. Awesome. Woo. Wow. I'm so incredibly proud of all of my little gastronomy gangsters out here. We did an amazing job. Tammy's like, we've worked up an appetite. Tammy, you've been cooking for like 8 hours. Like, you've been in the juice, as Tyler likes to say.
Everybody's dessert over there.
Right. Oh, Kristen and Marvin, that looks amazing. Nicely done. All right, Chris and Tina, just keeps looking better and better over at your house over there. Nicely done.
Yeah, we're supposed to do the final
Put a little final razzle dazzle on it. There we go. Oh, Chef Aaron's like sauteing the sesame seeds. There you go, Chef. Nice. Awesome. Wow. We really crushed this day. We really did. Awesome. Well, chefs, my gastronomy gangsters, thank you guys so much for choosing another of your Saturdays to hang out with me and make some amazing food. Our next edible adventure won't be till January. So next week is Christmas, the week after is New Year's, and so I put a pause on eating around the world for that. But coming back in January, we got 4 amazing classes each week of the month, all right? We're gonna start in India. We're gonna do curry with chapati flatbread. We're gonna move into filet mignon, confit potatoes, red wine reduction, chanterelle mushrooms. It's a really good one, all right? You're not gonna wanna miss that one. A very delicious wine situation. We're gonna, from there, go into a Japanese Hawaiian fusion. We're gonna do a poke bowl, and then we're gonna finish it off with Moroccan chicken, all right? Because I was not actually here for my Moroccan pork chop class. I had to have Chef Dave teach that. So I actually did want to take you to Morocco myself, all right? So all these edible adventures are coming down the line. Be patient. We're still getting them on the website. I know you're like, Chef, they are not on the website. I already checked. I promise they're coming soon. I'm so sorry, right? But thank you guys so much for eating around the world with me. It's been an absolute pleasure. If you ever need anything, check me out, Truffle Shuffle, Tucker at truffleshufflesf.com. Ask me any questions anytime you have them. If you want to tag a photo of me, of these dishes on Instagram and tag me at Little Chef Tucker, it will taste 12% better. All right, it's just good science. Exactly 12%. All right, not 13, not 11, but 12. All right. So, in any event, have an amazing rest of your evening, guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me this evening. Oh, question in the chat. A question about pasta. I love pasta questions. What do you got, Chef? Cheryl and Judy, beautiful dish over there, chef.
Yes. Oh, amazingness going on.
Beautiful. And so bomb. Awesome.
Ooh.
Awesome. All right. So we have pasta question. I love pasta questions. What do we got, chef?
Yes.
You can just shout out at me. It's fine.
Thank you. We're making pasta for 6 tomorrow night. Do I make 3 batches? Do I do them all together? Do I do one at a time and dry it?
I love this. Okay, so are you planning to do it in a KitchenAid mixer or a mixer of sorts, or are you gonna do it by hand?
By hand.
By hand. Okay,
But
so
we have a roller, so we
have
can
the roller.
roll it out.
oh right, we rolled it through the roller before together. Okay, yeah, I would definitely suggest the roller. That's for sure. And then as far as batching it out, I would probably do 3 batches of 2 portions.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what I would say.
How far ahead can I make the pasta?
So you could make it as far out in advance as you like. If you take it to noodle form, right? If you take it all the way from dough to rolling to noodles, once you have noodles, if you toss them in a little flour and set them just on like just a sheet tray on like some parchment or foil or something like that, if you wrap it tightly in saran wrap, you can throw it in your freezer and cook it whenever you need it. So you can make pasta well in advance for any holiday parties, store it in your freezer, and you're good to go. And you'll cook it right from frozen. It'll still take about 3 to 4 minutes, super quick. So yeah, that's a great plan to get ahead. Awesome.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
No problem. And if you have any more questions, always email me. I'm around. All right, I'm around for any culinary questions. And if I don't know the answer, I will make it up. Just kidding. I'll look it up. I promise. All right.
Thank you.
Awesome, guys. Well, dig in and enjoy. It's been a pleasure cooking with you, my gastronomy gangsters. We're going to be doing a lot more eating around the world together, all right? So sit tight. We're going to end December with a bang. A real bang. Some firework bangs. Excellent. Awesome. Good night, guys. Take care. Have happy holidays. Let's do all this shit.